Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to do a review on the topics we've recently covered in our Zoom sessions. Following the review, there will be an assignment both on manually programming a circle and also a tangent arc assignment, manual programming. You can use either the INJ method for both assignments. I will go over each one. I have drawn a 4-inch circle and I've chosen the top of the circle, coordinates x3, y7 as my start point. And depending on which method you use, also label the bottom coordinates x3, y3. If you are using the R method, since you will have to do it in 2 arcs. Let's go ahead and take a moment to write down these coordinates. Okay, let's go ahead into CNC and begin our program. We have program start, which also informs the software we are programming in inches. Designate what equipment we're going to use. Designate the mode, fabrication cut mode. So identify our point of origin. Okay. Now we need to identify our start point, and as I said, we are using the top of the circle, which is coordinates x3, y7. We are going to start a shape and allow for manual torch control. Turn our torch on. I'm going to annotate here that this is our start coordinates. You don't have to label in your program what I have in the parentheses. That's just a reference for this review. Okay. We need to enter either a G02 or G03 command. I'm going to use G03, counterclockwise rotation. We first we'll go over the INJ method, then the R method. When we're using the INJ method, for circles, our start and end coordinates are the same. We don't have a horizontal adjustment since we're coming down from the top. And since we are moving down to the origin of our radius, J will be a -2. Designate a speed, we'll just say 25 feet per minute. And coordinates, we have our incremental measurement from start point to radius. And we have our speed rate. Okay, we are going to copy our commands and duplicate them. It's always a good idea to trace a circle twice with our equipment. Now that we have our circle, you tell the torch to turn off. Need to raise the torch and our last command, return to the home position, point of origin is X0, Y0. Save. Call this circle review. I and J. Save it. Close it out. And as you can see, we have our circle. Start coordinates X3, Y7. And we also see at the bottom of the circle, we have our X3, Y3. Run this code. And I won't go through the whole process. Just wait till it starts the second circle, and then we'll stop this, and we will go over the R method of programming this circle. So we can stop it, refresh our code, we're going to edit. Okay. I will, we'll just type the code again from scratch because it is a little bit different. Okay, G20, start a program, programming in inches. Made our equipment. Identify our point of origin. We're going to identify our start point. Or G603 in a shape and allowing for manual torch control. We'll use a clockwise rotation command, G02. We need to put the end coordinates for arc 1, which will be X3, Y3. Our radius, which is 2 inches. Our speed, let's fix that thing, we'll say 65 feet per minute. Notate here. Clockwise rotation. We have end coordinates for arc 1. We have our radius. And we have our speed. Okay. Now we need to program the endpoints for arc 2, which also happens to be the start point for arc 1. So our command will be x3, y7, r2. Okay, we are going to repeat these commands. Now that we have our circle cut and we have duplicate commands, just going to put in here that this is lines 9 and 10 are duplicate commands to ensure cut quality. Now that we've made the cut, we're going to tell our torch to turn off. Raise the torch. And our last command will be to return the torch to the home position, point of origin. Go ahead and save this as circle review R. Save it. Close our file. Refresh the code. Just double checking everything here. Okay, we'll do a quick play here. And as you can see, we are at X7, Y3 at the top. And we are at X3, Y3 on the bottom. Just making a continuous cut, going around twice. Okay, everything looks good. Get rid of this code, back into CAD. Now we are going to review a tangent arc assignment. And just picking some random lines here. tangent arc, oh, tangent arc, end of this point to the end of this point. Okay. As you can see, we have a 1-inch radius. We're going to go ahead and label our coordinates. Our start point is x2, y8. Make the text a little smaller. There we go. Make it bold. I'll stand out a little bit. All right, so we have our first set of coordinates, x2, y8. We have the start of our arc coordinates, which will be x8, y8. We have our end arc coordinates, which are x9, y7. And let's label our end coordinates, which is x9, y2. We're going to label our radius. Okay, so let's take a minute to write down these coordinates. I will show you how to manually program these lines in this tangent arc using both the INJ variant and using the R method. CNC, open up our lines. We have started the G code, programming in inches. Oops. Our max 85. Designate our mode. Let's identify our point of origin. X0, oops, Y0. Okay. So identify start point of our first line, which is going to be X2, Y8. Start a shape, allow for manual torch control. Okay, line number 7, we need to, this will be the first horizontal line in our tangent arc CAD drawing. We only need to put the endpoint in because here we're already at x2, y8. So we only need to draw from x2, y8 to x8, y8. Since this is our first movement command with the torch on, we need to designate a speed. Okay. Our next line, we need to program our arc. It's the G02 command. We need to put in the arc's endpoints, which are x9, y7. We have no horizontal adjustment, so our I is going to be 0. And our J adjustment will be -1, because we were moving down from the end of that horizontal line to the origin of the radius. Should not annotate here. Okay, this line we have arc end coordinates. Also vertical line start coordinates. And we have our incremental distance from start to radius origin. Now our next line will be a G01 command to the end of our vertical line, which will be x9, y2. Now this should complete the tangent arc with the horizontal and vertical lines. You know what? I forgot to type in torch on. Okay. Let's raise our torch. And lastly, let's return to our point of origin. Okay, we're going to save this T arc review, I and J, save. And as you can see, we have our horizontal, vertical, and tangent arc exactly as it is displayed in our CAD drawing. Quick play, start here. Come around for the arc. And back to the home position. Perfect. All right. Now let's just cover the R method. I'm not going to rewrite the entire code because the only difference is instead of using I and J, we put the radius in, which is 1 inch. Everything else is the same, and since it's only half a circle, you know, we don't have to put another command line in. It's just one arc, and all the information is identical with the exception of the I and J. It's just replaced by the R. And we'll change this notation to radius of arc. We'll save this as T arc review R. Let's close. Refresh. And we have the exact same arc. So this concludes the review. I will post the assignments and we will go over them. Please contact me if you have any questions, and I wish you all the best of luck on the assignments. I just wanted to zoom in there. It looked like it wasn't, it was in one of the, half segments. All right, get this assignment out to you guys, and I will send this video on both Zoom and I will create a YouTube link.